Katie Hunter from MMA UK. I'm here with Jack Grant. Jack is going to be fighting for the vacant lightweight title at Cage Warriors Night of Champions on the 29th of June. Thanks for doing the interview, Jack.
Hey, no worries. I appreciate your time.
So you must be buzzing for this fight. How does it feel to have a title shot?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But, you know, obviously the belt's a huge thing, but it's just like any other fight for me. They're all important. So,
yeah.
Whether the belt's there or not, it's always important to me.
So there's no change to camp because this is champ camp, just business as usual.
Yeah, exactly. It's just the same thing. I'm after the same result, which is a win, and no change there.
And what's training camp like for you? Do you just train at your own gym, or do you travel around or get like different sparring partners in?
Yeah, I do a little bit local. I box out of a gym where I started when I was 11-year-old. So I'll go do my boxing there with Stuart Fleet. But I drive to Leeds pretty much every day, which takes me about 2 hours.
Wow, yeah.
So yeah, to train, I drive to Leeds. I drive to Doncaster as well. Sometimes I'll do both in the same day. I just live on the road.
The petrol money must be insane.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But it's worth it, you know. This is what I live to do. So yeah. For me, it's worth it.
What kind of mileage are you racking up?
Oh, about probably bordering 200,000 or something.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think my car's ready to break down anyway soon. But
hopefully it at least gets you to after the fight.
Yeah, at least hopefully it gets me out of this camp.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
We were talking recently about Cage Warriors not having fight of the night bonuses or performance of the night. Maybe they need to bring that in for people.
Yeah, 50 grand would be nice. It'd be about 5 grand, wouldn't it? Not even that.
Graham, if you're watching, I'm sure everybody on that card would love you to bring him in for then.
I know, yeah. It'd be good, wouldn't it?
So what do we know about your opponent? He's got a pretty good record. I know there's no easy fights at this level, but Jai Herbert, he's got a loss to Reece McKee. He's fought some good guys. What do you make of him?
Yeah, I think he's a good opponent. I think he's I think he's one of the best in the division. So looking forward to it. He's got good hands. He's fast. He's sharp. He moves his feet well. He's in and out. But I'm looking forward to it. So.
You obviously think that you've got the advantage over him at least somewhere. Where do you think you match up well with him?
To be honest with you, I think I can win the fight anywhere. Yeah, I really do. You know, and I've got backup plans. You know, it's not like I've just got one area that's way stronger than the others. I'm very well rounded, and you know, I'll just take the fight wherever it needs to be at the time.
Yeah, and this card in particular, the one that they call Night of Champions, like every couple of years, and they put so many title fights on the card. So many of the people who've won on that night have gone on to fight in the UFC and gone on to have like huge careers. What does it mean to you to be on this card, and what does it mean for your future?
Yeah, I think it's a massive opportunity. I'm really looking forward to it. It's I think it's like the biggest show they've ever done.
Yeah.
And yeah, like to be a part of that's amazing. But to be honest with you, I kind of look past this. Like I want to be on even bigger cards than this, you know, long term.
Yeah.
So this is just a stepping stone. So
you're not feeling any additional pressure from that at all?
No pressure. I could fight in in a leisure centre or a car park or anywhere. I'd still want to win just as bad. The lights and cameras and stuff. I'm not blinded by all that. It's that's a load of crap to me. I'm there to win, and that's it.
And so many of those champions have gone on to the UFC. Is that the ultimate goal for you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I want to go to the UFC. It's like the pinnacle of our sport, and that's where I see myself going.
Well, there was a massive fight in your division in the UFC last night. I know you haven't seen it yet, but you've seen the result. Donald Cerrone took a beating off Tony Ferguson, but one of the shots was after the bell. I don't know if you've seen
I did actually. I see that on Instagram. I see the little highlight of it. Yeah. It was it was a good shot, wasn't it? Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, well, yeah, one Jermaine Durandamy punch thrown in from Ferguson.
Yeah.
But...
The thing is, it's one of those things, isn't it? In the moment, things happen. It's it's an emotional time when you're scrapping. So
it's just a bit of a shame because they both had so much respect for each other. Like there was nothing dirty about that fight at all, other than that one punch at the end of the bell. And he did crack him on the nose, and that's why Joe Schilling's saying, well, that was why he blew his nose, which made the eye pop out. So even though he didn't hit him in the eye after the bell, that's why he was saying it should have been either a DQ or a no contest.
Yeah, they say, don't they, if you suffer some sort of like break, like in your nose, cheekbone, to not not blow your nose.
Don't ever blow your nose. It must be so annoying though.
I know, touch wood, I am had to deal with that, so.
So if you were, ultimately you could be off to the UFC by the end of the year if things go well in Cage Warriors. How do you feel you match up against people in that division?
Yeah, I'd love to see it. You know, I'm at the point in my career where like I'll literally just fight anyone. You know, and every time I turn up to win. I'm not, you know, I'm in no disbelief by like names and titles of people. You know, I know that they're all human. I've been away. I've trained with really good people, and I know that on my night I'm just as good as anyone.
Yeah. So. Who's been the biggest inspiration to you in your fight career?
Biggest inspiration to me in my fight career is probably my boxing coach. He's really kept me on track pretty much my whole childhood and onwards, and you know, and he's the one guy that I've met on my journey where it's never been about money. It's just been about he wants to see me do well. You know, he don't take money from me or anything. He just genuine. You don't meet that, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
To have a guy like Stuart Fleet in my life, that's he's like my role model.
So he's someone you'd like to look after if you make it to the top, or when you make it to the top, I should say.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, he's a special guy.
And when I was looking at your record, I was shocked because your first pro fight was back in 2012. Your first amateur fight was in 2010. Have you been fighting since you were a kid, or do you just look really young?
Yeah, no, I'm a veteran. No, not really. I had my first fight when I was 11. I started out boxing. I went on to have like 8 boxing matches or something, but you know, I started early and I've been active and competitive ever since then.
Yeah.
You know, I felt them emotions from that age. You know, I know what it's like. So.
It's great to get used to competing, you know, at that age. Are there any other sports or like martial arts that you competed in separately before you moved to MMA? I know jiu-jitsu is pretty good as well.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like I literally just I ended up I don't know. There's just something with the boxing. Like I like broke my hand. I was having to. I found it hard because obviously you can only use your hands. And I ended up falling into MMA and the grappling side of it, and I fell in love with that a little bit, and it allowed me to like rest my hands, and I just never looked back really. It's I just lived it since then. But I was 17 when I first went.
15.
I think I was 17 when I first went to an MMA gym, and I think I had my first fight when I was 17 as well.
Amazing. I'm so jealous of people who've grown up doing it. You know, I didn't start martial arts until I was 34, so it's pretty late. Luckily, I don't have any talent that was being wasted though, so it's only a shame for me. The world isn't missing out.
No, you've started. It's it's for everyone, isn't it? Martial arts is for everyone.
Well, yeah, that's what I love about it is you can kind of take it to whatever level you are. And jiu-jitsu, for example, is something that none of the martial arts come easily to me, but it's something that I think if you work hard enough at, you can, make progress. So.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it can bring a lot to anyone's life. I think it's certainly for me. I know that without like MMA and jiu-jitsu, like that's what keeps me on track. Do you know what I mean? It is my lifestyle, and yeah, if I fall off track, I know that I can rely on jiu-jitsu and MMA to keep me head on. So yeah, I always stay training. I had like quite a bad injury Christmas Eve, and that was the only one that's ever really kept me off the mat. And yeah, and it's probably the only one I've actually done a good rehab for and actually rested. So yeah.
So what happened there?
So I just suffered a bit of a shoulder injury, but yeah, it's all good now, and I'm back on track. So that's the main thing.
Rehab's so boring, isn't it? But it's just like so important, especially when you're a professional athlete.
Yeah, oh, yeah, it's a nightmare. Yeah. But I'm like back 100%, and I'm rolling properly, grappling properly. So yeah, it's. But at the time, I was really worried about it.
Yeah. So last couple of weeks of hard training and no doubt sparring coming up, and then what does fight week look like for you?
Fight week for me is quite relaxed. It's just a case of dieting, keeping my diet on track, bringing my weight down, the water load and stuff, and yeah. But it's I'm pretty much resting.
Does anyone help you with your nutrition, or do you do that all yourself?
Yeah, Heavy Duty Fight Management help me with my nutrition now. They have nutritionalists that work with them, and yeah, they help me out a lot. So, but I'm doing quite a lot right. I've been doing it a long time.
Yeah.
And it turns out I was doing a little bit more right than I thought I was. So it's nice to know. And,
well, I've seen you talk about skinny power a few times, so I know you're not one to blow up in between fights.
Not really. No, I'm fit year round, really. Like, even like out of season, my resting heart rate's super low. It's weird, so I'm like, I think I'm dead. I can remember once I went to hospital and I set the alarms off on the machines. I thought I was like dead poorly.
Oh my God. Just because your heart rate was so low?
Yeah. It was like, I think it was like, I was in hospital with staph infection, and I set all the alarms off. It was like 41 or something.
Wow. They say Bisping's is that kind of level as well.
Yeah, last time I got measured, it was 42. But I was a bit scared because I was going to take my blood, and I can't stand it.
So you got away with that one?
Yeah, so I might have been lower than that. but yeah, my heart had an extra beat.
So that must mean that you've got cardio for days, so you mustn't be worried about that in the fight.
No, not really. I think I think I'm fit. I have gassed out in the past, but I think a lot of it's been down to decision making and trying to go 100 miles per hour the whole fight. Like I feel like with experience, I know where I can rest in a fight now, and I believe I can do 5-minute rounds, no problem. So
do you feel like
I need to, I will.
Yeah. Do you feel like your fight IQ has really improved with experience then? Yeah,
massively. I mean, it's still got a lot of improving to do because I'm from Grimsby. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure I'm smarter each time because that's where you can get caught out. But I feel like my actual martial art and everything's there for me to get right to the top. It is just fight IQ, so I just need to keep on learning, keep my head on, and keep improving.
And are you quite a quiet person on fight week, or what do you do in all that like really boring dead time where you can't really eat or drink anything? Like, do you go sightseeing or do you just like chill and watch telly and stuff?
To be honest with you, I just get on with normal day-to-day things. Like I like to get outdoors and stuff like that. I like hanging around with animals, so I'll just hang out with my dog and stuff like that. So
yeah. And once you get to London, what will you do there?
When I'm in London, probably just relax, have a little look around. I like to go for a walk and see things. That's the cool thing about fighting. When you go to these places, it's an opportunity to see new places, and that's what I like so much about it.
But are you always starving hungry when you're seeing new things?
Yeah, it's a distraction though, isn't it? If I'm walking around and I'm looking at things, at least I'm not thinking about what I could eat. So,
yeah, that's true. And what's your first meal after you've weighed in?
My first meal after I've weighed in, nothing special really. I just kind of start hydrating and I try and keep my diet the same.
Right.
So like the fight's not over until the fight is over. Do you know what I mean? So you can weigh in and you've got to keep it strict then as well, I believe. So whereas I never used to. My pre-fight the pre-fight meal was like a Chinese or something. So I used to tell myself it was good carbs, but
Jack.
so,
When I spoke to Jorge Masvidal before his fight with Darren Till, he told me he was going for a curry straight after weigh-in and like named about every dish on the menu that he was going to have. I couldn't believe it.
Well, but if you can do that and you've got like that kind of tolerance to do that, that's a great thing. I think it also depends on like what kind of weight you're cutting and stuff like that. Probably, maybe he walks around really light.
Yeah, well, he's moved up from your division, so I guess like welterweight is far less of a cut for him.
Yeah, I know. Like obviously Gunnar Nelson, he pretty much walks around. I believe from what I've heard, apparently he could probably make lightweight.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I think it's a question that every fighter kind of has to ask themselves, like the kind of benefit about being the bigger guy if they cut down to the division below, or whether they'll be better with the power that they naturally walk around at, like without depleting themselves.
Yeah, no, it's definitely I know ONE FC do it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I think everywhere should do it really like that, but I know it's quite expensive because they like have to monitor your water intake and all sorts, don't they?
Yeah, I believe that's just a urine test. You obviously wouldn't be very happy if they took blood every time.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. I won't fight for them.
And finally, what's your walkout tune going to be on the night?
My walkout tune, I don't even know yet. So.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty last minute. I'm so laid back and I just focus on my training. I've been asked before at the weigh-ins and I've had to pick it there and then.
What did you come up with off the cuff?
Off the cuff, last time, what was that? That I forgot who sings it, but it's that In My Head. I came up with that off the cuff.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
By the
dance tune, that dance tune. That's pretty cool. That's a cool walkout song.
What did you come out to in Gothenburg? I saw you there, and I remember that was a really cool tune as well.
Gothenburg. God, I don't even know.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch that because I remember that was a decent one.
I still haven't seen that fight, mate. I've seen highlights of it, but I've not seen the full fight.
So do you not watch you don't watch your own fights back to see like how?
Yeah, I think it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like I've seen my fights and I've watched them, especially highlights. I'll watch highlights loads in a row and it just confuses me that it's me. It just feels weird, do you know what I mean? Like I'm watching it and I'm thinking, that was actually me, that's so weird.
So does your coach analyse them and like?
Oh yeah, my coach would probably do, and I mean my coach Danny Mitchell, he's an absolute fight anorak, like just lives, breathes fighting. Like I don't think he does anything else. It's just fighting for Danny. So I'm sure he's maybe like everyone in the gym. I'm sure he watches. So.
Oh. Well, I'm so excited for your fight. I'm going to be there to hopefully be interviewing a load of you if I'm lucky enough to be selected.
Yeah, of course.
It's going to be a fantastic evening. There's so many 6 title fights, I think, on the card. Wishing you the best of luck with the rest of your camp. You've looked amazing when I've seen you in the past. I can't wait to see you throw down on Saturday the 29th.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to it as well. And I'm turning up. And all I want is a finish. So, I'm coming out the gates fast. And I'm there. I like the eye, but I'm there to take your head off, mate. And I can't wait. So, it's going to be fun. Let's just do it.
Prediction of a round? What round?
I reckon just going off the back of my style and the way my fights play out, first or second round. I believe I'll finish the fight.
Awesome. Well, best of luck. Stay healthy, and can't wait to see you in there.
Oh, thank you very much, and I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thanks for doing it. See you soon.
No worries. Cheers. Bye.